Hey, I have an interesting story running in the Post pegged to the sad anniversary of John Lennon's assassination on December 8th, 1980. There's a documentary coming up on Apple TV. It tells the story about exactly what happened, because, you know, usually when somebody gets murdered, there's a trial that goes on. In this case, Mark Chapman pleaded guilty, so there was no trial. And the documentary is set up to provide a lot of evidence about what happened and a lot of the backstory. There was never a question as to whether or not Chapman killed Lennon. He admitted it right up front. I mean, he basically turned himself into the police. So he had these lawyers, and like their strategy was to enter an insanity plea, which kind of makes sense. I mean, he would have to be pretty insane to do what he did. And they were moving forward with that. And as part of that process, they brought in a hypnotist who hypnotized Chapman and had him recall what happened. And it's the first time I think anybody's ever heard this tape. And it's a tape of Chapman kind of saying what was going on in his head. And he said he had a demon in his mind telling him to do it. And he was debating. He said he didn't want to do it. And then he had a voice in his head saying, do it, do it. And he did it. And then they were getting all ready for the trial. There were reporters there. Everything seemed like it was good to go. And Chapman, apparently, he was listening to the radio and he was hearing rock and roll music, and he said that the Holy Spirit told him that he should confess to doing it. He should take a guilty plea. He should not try to plead for insanity. Told the judge that God told him to plead guilty. And apparently one issue was he thought that if he went into a mental institution, he would be surrounded by demons, which he would not be surrounded by in jail. And in fact, he told one of the lawyers that a demon told him to kill the other lawyer. And the lawyer he told this to, he said, did the demon say anything about me? And Chapman said no. And he goes, okay, do me a favor, let me know if they do. And Chapman did not find that amusing. He thought that was a serious request.